Arel, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you because we're going to talk about a company called Cedar, which when I look at the healthcare industry, there's so much going on. There's so much disruption, and there's a lot of consumerization of different solutions out there. And Cedar is like a bullseye fit for what we expect as consumers now. So talk about the company and what you guys do.
Yeah, so at Cedar, we work with really large healthcare providers. So think, hospitals, large physician groups, lab companies, and so forth. And we help them fix their patient financial experience. So if you're like, most people dealing with the sort of financial administrative side of US healthcare, there's probably a lot that you've experienced that's really wrong with the system. It's no fun paying medical bills or not knowing how much something is going to cost or having to navigate the complexities of your insurance and how that interacts with any given kind of visit to a doctor. So those are exactly the problems that we solve. We build technology and products to kind of build a layer in between the sort of administrative financial side of the US healthcare system and consumers and people to help fix these problems.
So what's the background story of the company? What led you and your co-founder Florian to start the company?
Yeah, so both my co-founder and I had our own sort of personal issues dealing with the financial side of US healthcare. So we both had, really messed up medical billing experiences. At the time that we were starting Cedar, I was, personally in collections. So I was getting calls from debt collectors for a visit to a doctor, and I never actually received the bill. And, it turned out they'd sent it to the wrong address. And my co-founder and I started kind of digging into the space and saying, well, why is this so broken? We were shocked to discover just the sheer magnitude of the problem. So it turns out that I wasn't alone in my experience. About 1 out of every 6 Americans, it turns out, will receive a call from a medical debt collector each year. So it's really, really clear that there's something that's just fundamentally broken in this experience. And when we kind of zoomed out and looked at the space, what we observed with this massive macro trend where costs for healthcare had very subtly shifted away from basically employers and governments to actually consumers paying for a huge chunk of the cost of their healthcare. So we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in new sort of financial responsibility that didn't exist before. And the whole system just wasn't built to accommodate this. It wasn't built, with a good sort of consumer mindset. So we looked long and hard. We actually tried to talk ourselves out of starting Cedar, and we looked for any other company or person, organization that was doing a really good job actually solving the root cause problems of poor healthcare financial experience. And we couldn't find any other company doing this. So we decided to take a leap and do it on our own.
And it just makes sense. I mean, well, building a company to solve this problem is very complex. It's not easy. So it takes brave entrepreneurs to take the leap of faith to go solve this problem. But for consumers, you just want the bill to be able to look at it, and it should be simple to read. And then you should be able to pay it with your mobile device like you pay your friend for pizza or something. It should be that simple.
Yeah, well, I think it even goes beyond that. So it's kind of messed up in the first place that you even kind of get a bill after you've had a doctor's visit. So if you think about it, when you go to a restaurant, you see a menu, you know exactly what the prices are, you order off the menu and you get a bill immediately at the end of your meal. In healthcare, you visit the doctor and it's sort of equivalent to someone else ordering off the menu with no prices on it. And then 30 to 60 days later, you may or may not get a bill. You also get something that looks like a bill from your insurance company that says this is not a bill, that often doesn't quite match your bill. And you may get multiple bills for a single visit. So, we believe at Cedar that the whole experience needs to be fundamentally reinvented. And we're really on a mission to do that. We're thinking much, much bigger than just sort of incrementally making medical bills better. We actually want to reinvent the system itself.
Well, there's a lot going on at Cedar. Last year, you announced a new round of funding. There was an acquisition. So what's the current stage of the company in terms of where things are at, employee size, whatever you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a really exciting time at Cedar. So, as you mentioned, we just did a large fundraising last year. We acquired a company, Uda Health, that brings a whole new set of capabilities to our platform. And we're a little bit over 500 people on the team right now. We expect to probably double the team size over the course of the year. And, we have a fantastic team. I mean, some of the best, most brilliant people I've personally ever worked with, but really, really strong, what I would call kind of maker mentality on the team as well. Just brilliant people who love to create new things that have real impact on the world.
Now, you mentioned the growth plans in terms of hiring, which are pretty aggressive. Is that across all different functional areas at the company?
Yeah, so we're hiring both on our commercial teams and operations teams. And we're also very aggressively hiring on what we call our makers team. So, product engineering, data science, design, all across the board. We're pretty much growing like crazy.
Now, once someone does join the team, what's it like working at Cedar? What's the culture like?
Yeah, so our culture, I think, first off, starts with the people. So we believe very, very strongly that most culture is actually invented organically. If you get any group of people together for a long enough period of time, they're going to develop their own values. So our number one thing that we care about is actually getting really, truly exceptional people onto the team. But then on top of that, we have a core set of 3 or 4 things that we really, really try to instill within the culture. And I think you actually would see us sort of live up to day to day. And that's that, we're exceptionally focused on achieving our vision. We are a mission and vision focused company. We want to build products that are going to have a positive impact and be a win-win for consumers and for our healthcare system. We also believe in having a highly autonomous culture. So we don't want a lot of top-down decision-making. We believe in bringing on people to team who have excellent judgment and can, really invent the playbook on their own versus just being given a set of tasks to run down. We also have a culture of really what we call applying a growth mindset, but we want to solve problems in exceptional ways. We don't want to settle for kind of the average way of doing things. We want to be exceptional in everything that we do. And the last thing is that, we really, apply very kind of constructive thinking in what we do. So we look for people and really instill, kind of creative, positive decision-making processes. We want people who can kind of see what can exist versus looking at, the barriers that exist today and saying that something can't be done. We're always focused on sort of looking for net new solutions to problems.
The job market is very active out there, which is a good thing. It's good that people have options. So why is now the ideal time to join Cedar?
We're at an incredibly exciting stage on our journey at Cedar. So, it's no secret that the US healthcare system needs to be reinvented. It needs to be fixed from the inside out. And we've spent the first 6 years of our existence really getting to massive scale, where now we are engaging with tens of millions of patients every single year. And we're in a position to start fundamentally reinventing the actual plumbing of the way that the US healthcare system works. So it's incredibly exciting time. If you care about fixing something that is really a major problem for the US, society as a whole, then Cedar is a great place to be. It's also incredibly exciting time, just given the projects that we're working on across the board. Whether you're on a commercial team, actually marketing or selling our products, or on one of our makers team, actually building our products, we're in the process of building whole new products. They're kind of 0 to 1. We're in the process of scaling up already massive products and building new things onto them that I think are going to be revolutionary. It's just a really, really fun time to join the team. A lot of good, exciting, creative energy there.
Well, as Arel mentioned, this is an exciting opportunity to join a company that is disrupting the healthcare industry that we know there's lots of room for improvement. And it's something that touches all of us. So it's an opportunity to work on something that has massive, massive scale. So you need to go check out their job openings on VentureFizz. Go to venturefizz.com/Cedar, and that's CEDAR, and you'll see all their listings there. Arel, thanks so much for taking the time to walk us through all the great things happening at the company.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. At VentureFizz, our mission is to share the stories of companies, their people, and culture. If you're interested in more information about this company, click on the video in the pop-up. And to receive more great content from VentureFizz, please click on the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching.